Hello and welcome to Thaiger Bites. It's the return of the great show. It's Tim Newton with me today.
And thank you. If I knew we were doing two shows here, I would have got a different shirt. But you're in Lumberjack Friday attire.
That is correct. That is absolutely correct. Thank you for the recognition.
And I do have other shirts, by the way, but I just happen to be wearing this one today.
Right. Well, welcome to Thaiger Bites. This is where we get to address your comments and feedback from all of our channels on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, as well as the Thaiger Talk Forum on the website. And we've been away for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, some of your comments, by the way, are particularly nasty. But this is the occasion where we get to read them out.
Yes, that's right. So this is your moment to be heard, for your questions to be answered, but in particular we've picked the juicy ones or the more interesting ones, as we do get to answer some questions live on Good Morning Thailand. That's another place where you get to ask us questions, but this is where we get to have a little fun at your expense.
I chose a few thought-provoking ones.
Thought-provoking.
Yes.
All right, shall we start?
Go ahead.
All right, my first comment is from Ron John. Now, you actually made a comment about Thaiger coffee and how we're going to be selling our own coffee.
Yes, Thaiger coffee.
That's right. So Ron John has said,
oh God, here we go.
So hand-picked coffee beans from the Hill Tribe people. I'm sure they'll be paid a living wage while the Thaiger sells its coffee at a premium. We all know only one of those statements is true.
Well, I just made up the Hill Tribe people thing.
Did he though?
So I think you took me literally and trying to twist my words around.
Oof.
Good try.
Ron John.
Sometimes there are things, they may be bad jokes, they may be sarcasm,
yes.
But if you want to try and make something of them to make us look in a poor light, good for you.
It's not just hill tribes, it's also mountain people, people on the ground. We're all inclusive here at the Thaiger.
The coffee we're selling is grown in Chiang Mai though.
Yes.
We can confirm that. Rick Hilton. Hi, Rick. He says, by population, the US is 5 times bigger than Thailand. 60 times 5, roughly, yes. We have 500,000 new cases per day. I think today, this is Friday, is 751,000 new COVID infections in the US in the past 24 hours.
Yeah.
And Thailand has 3,000 cases. Well, actually, Thailand registered some 7,900 cases today. Anyway, we'll get to your point, Rick, and he says Thailand's in a good position. And I think he's right. I mean, people complain about the Thailand pass and the precautions and the restrictions, but at the bottom, at the end of the day, the bottom line is that Thailand has fared fairly well.
Yeah.
I think everybody, when this whole thing started, thought, oh dear, this is going to be a real mess in Thailand. And if the statistics were wrong, or if they were substantially wrong, I mean, they're obviously not going to be 100% correct, but if they were way off, we'd be seeing a lot more sick people because there'd be just a lot more infections in the community. And we haven't seen that. So I think generally, you're right, Rick. I think Thailand has done a fairly good job. Although the restrictions and the changing the mind has been really, really debilitating to people who are trying to get back to the country at the moment. And we feel your pain. We hate reporting all the changes. But yeah, generally, they have done fairly well.
Well, I've got a fortune teller in my comment section next. Lost in China says, lockdown next week for sure. It's confirmed.
Yeah.
According to Lost in China.
I would say there won't be any more lockdowns in Taiwan. But what is a lockdown? I think this term is used very loosely. Lockdowns are the sort of thing they do in China where they literally lock people up in their doors and they walk around with wheelbarrows with food and giving food and they don't let people go out and buy food, masks or no masks. I mean, it is a proper lockdown, except for probably 6 weeks during April and May 2020, and particularly here in Phuket, we haven't really had a proper lockdown at any time. So yeah, it's a term that's used loosely.
A single restriction is a lockdown.
Well, I don't see that.
I must have my freedom.
That's a restriction, it's not a lockdown. But thank you very much for participating and throwing a comment our way.
Yeah.
Governments around, this is from McGurky. Governments around the world are resorting to ridiculous measures which will destroy their tourism industry. Thailand is doing an excellent job in villainising tourists as being disease carriers. On top of that, removing the sandbox from poor areas like Krabi is horrible. Obviously, Krabi has no political clout next to the pampered Phuket. A lot of people saying Phuket's been getting a sort of a special get-out-of-jail-free card,
Yes,
because they've been able to maintain the sandbox. So yeah, maybe there are some political connections. We don't know that for sure. If we were going to be sarcastic, we'd probably say maybe there are some strong political connections here in Phuket. The other thing, of course, about Phuket is it's an island.
it's just better.
So you can actually make it a proper sealed quarantine area. Regarding the villainising of tourists as disease carriers, I don't think anybody has actually said tourists are disease carriers.
Yeah.
By people reporting the number of tourists that arrive who test positive is not villainising tourists, that's just reporting the news. So I'm not sure who you're directing your villainising comment. It certainly hasn't been us.
Right, I've got a next comment here from Antony F. Now, last week I said on the show that next week we will be on Good Morning Thailand in Phuket with Tim. So Antony F wrote a comment on Good Morning Thailand saying, "Get rid of Jay and keep Tim and Natty, then
yes.
I may start watching."
That's a very good idea.
Yes.
What's his name?
Antony F.
And Tony, you couldn't be more accurate. I mean, getting rid of Jay would be a really good idea.
Well,
and Natty and I
yeah.
could rule the world.
Yes. Well, in order to in order to prepare for my retirement, I accidentally actually clicked on Antony's channel, and I saw that he has a band and he plays the keyboard. So Antony, I tell you what, let's actually have a tryout, and I bet I can play the piano and keyboard better than you, and maybe your band can take me, and then you can try your luck in YouTube.
No, or you could be doing duets.
Yeah, let's do a swapperoo.
And Tony and Jay.
Yeah.
It's got a nice ring about it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Can
think
you
so.
sing, by the way?
He loves me. He's my #1 fan. Can I
you
sing,
s-
by the way?
Can you sing?
Oh, yes.
Not by the way.
I thought you meant By the Way by Red Hot Chili Peppers. I was like, what?
So you can sing.
Yes, according to me.
Oh yeah.
I sing on the karaoke
You're
sesh at Thaiger.
In the shower.
Yeah.
All right. Peter West wrote to us. Thank you, Peter. He says, why do so many of the commenters here think they're punishing the Thai government by saying they won't come anymore? They're the very people Thailand wants to get rid of, says Peter. And why do so many of them immediately say they'll go to Mexico? Why Mexico? Or the Philippines, spelt with an F. Or Cambodia, Brazil, never India, or Malaysia, or other beautiful places. Why only these places? My usual response to people who say, I'm never coming back to Thailand, I'm going to Mexico or wherever, Tahiti. I always say, yes, but Mexico's not in Thailand.
Yeah.
My comment being that people wanting to come to Thailand want to come to Thailand because it's Thailand.
Yes.
With all its craziness, with its organised chaos, with its crazy smells, amazing food, it is Thailand, and we live here because we love the country. We could go and live in other countries, but we happen to like Thailand. A lot of people like coming to Thailand for a lot of different reasons.
Well, Tim, some commenters just want to complain, and that's their right.
It is their right. And thank you very much to Peter West. It was a fairly good summary of the way people approach a lot of the changes. I'm never coming back to Thailand.
Yeah, Tim, we've got an upset viewer. Hiroshi13 says, Tiger Bites now limited to a single weekly episode and we only get 13 minutes? Trash.
Well, trash as in you don't want us to do it, or you want us to do it more often?
As in we're trash, I guess.
The truth is, I can't commit to doing a daily program of Tiger Bites.
Tim has commitment issues.
I need to get my nails done, I need to get my hair done. I mean, I've got a very busy schedule every day. So, I need to get clothes organised, my wardrobe. I've got my coffee session, so I simply can't do it. There may be a time where we'll get somebody else on the program who can spar with Jay and read your comments, but at the moment...
Yeah. Until then, I'll just go home and wait until you're free again.
You could do it with Antony.
Oh, Antony. Antony, this is your time,
You could do it whilst singing together.
Yeah, well, he could be playing his keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've got a new program there, Hiroshi. It may be something that could be much better than this trash, as you call it. Lane Sands said they'll need to give at least a week's notice, not 24 hours. This is about the suggested sunset date of January the 10th, which is in, 3 days. They'll need to give at least a week's notice, not 24 hours. So if they decide on Friday, it should be next Friday for the cut-off date. Next Friday's date would be the 14th. I think at the moment they're suggesting, this is what the Public Health Minister said yesterday, he suggested if there is going to be a cut-off date, it might be the 15th at the moment. We will find out later today. By the time Thaiger Bites gets out there, we'll probably already know.
Yeah.
But you're probably right, if you're going to have a cut-off date, at least give people a sort of a week's notice. But
minimum.
yeah, look, a lot of people are going to be inconvenienced if they do have a cut-off date. And I don't think they sit there and they really worry about all the individuals and their particular situations when they're making these decisions.
That's right. Another fan of the show, Robert New, actually wrote to us 2 weeks ago.
He writes every day with
on
some
Thaiger Bites.
hateful comment.
He said, "The Muppets continue on, fair and balanced, a la Fox? ? No, just a gigantic BS session, entertaining for some, childlike for most."
Which particular program was he talking about?
He
It'd be
actually-
one that I'm on.
He actually wrote on Thaiger Bites 2 weeks ago.
Right, that'd be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a poet? He's rhyming. He's got some serious rhymes.
Robert's got some other problems. He's got a real beef about me for some reason.
Oof.
And
Robert.
we should note that we haven't banned you yet, Robert. We sort of let you just spit out your bile every day, and we'll keep on reading it out when it suits us.
I feel like in a post-pandemic time, you and Robert just need to hug it out.
Like you and Tony.
Yeah.
We could form a competing band.
Yes.
Battle of the bands.
Yes. Battle of the Bands.
So what was his other beefs? Like here?
Robert New?
Yeah.
Oh, he's sorry.
Robert
Muppets continue
Old.
on a fair and balanced a la Fox. No, just a gigantic BS session. Apparently, we're childlike to him, I guess.
Okay. Well, I take that as a compliment.
Wait, are you saying, Robert, that you don't like children? Are you a child hater?
Don't
Whoa.
wind him up, please.
Whoa, Robert. I don't know.
I would say, to be honest, Robert, that we are fairly fair and balanced. We make a few mistakes, but generally we try and report the news without a lot of BS, as you call it, which I think is the American way of saying bullshit. And yeah, fair and balanced is about, I mean, I know Fox used that to great humorous response from everybody for many years, but yeah, I think generally we are fair and balanced, and I'll stick with that.
Okay, all right.
I got one more. Ronald Simmons, thank you for writing in. The most dangerous. Well, you got a problem with Ronald already?
No, I love Ronald. It's a cool name.
The most dangerous strain in Thailand is the military variant. Symptoms are brain fog, rapid reversals of decisions, rapid onset of paranoia, and adverse reaction to any form of logic.
Ronald's onto something.
So look, Ronald, yes, you've put a bit of time into that and come up with quite a humorous response to criticising the Thai military, as distinct from other people who just go, Muppets, or clowns. Yeah, that's it is intelligent, and there has been a lot of those things you said, and yeah, what the Thai government have done, when people say COVID has caused all the problems, it's not COVID, it's the response by governments to COVID that has put the restrictions on travel, getting around, wearing masks, whatever. So we always try and make sure we say that. We don't blame COVID as such. It's just a virus doing what viruses do by mutating, by spreading and trying to find hosts. So we've never blamed COVID itself.
All right. I've got a commenter saying, oh, he actually reminding me about Andrea Bocelli and his great New Year performance. But I know you couldn't actually visit him in Sapan Hin.
Well, I wanted to.
But did you watch him on TV? Did you? So firstly, why did you not go to the concert, and did you watch him on TV?
Okay, I would have liked to have gone and seen Andrea Bocelli.
Andrea.
To see this generation's best tenor voice.
Yes.
Well, look, okay, he may be past his best days. I think he's now in his early or mid-60s, but he's still a great performer and puts on a good show. This time he brought his family. I would have loved to have gone to see that. I would have also gone and seen Lisa from Blackpink, because she's a great performer as well, especially if she brought the other three band members. So my problem was that I couldn't get information. I knew it was going to be at Sapan Hin, but I wanted to find out, was there parking available? What were the entry conditions? Was there a cost? Was there a dress code? Was there going to be seating or standing or tickets? So they're the reasons I couldn't get any information about that. And as far as I'm concerned, the TAT completely stuffed up the whole organisation of this. I think it was a whole lot of face saving in the end, and they paid a lot of money to get Andrea here. I think you perhaps provided them with some of the money to make sure it happened, just so you could win the 500 baht bet. Admit it. But
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
That's why I didn't go. As to it being broadcast on TV, I had no idea it was broadcast on TV, and I probably would have watched belatedly because I didn't go, because I ended up watching a movie, Team America, on New Year's Eve and going to bed about 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
so,
America.
yeah.
Well,
so that's my answer to your questions.
You know, talking about Andrea, he was singing songs like Hallelujah and...
Could you give us a few bars?
Some other... No, not yet. That's a special coming out for a 100,000 subscriber video.
With Andrea.
Yes, with Andrea, of course.
Not that Andrea.
We're best friends.
One. Yes.
A Andrea.
Yes.
Yeah. But he was singing English famous songs, and to my mind, I was like, why isn't he singing his Italian classics? And then I realized he's coming to Thailand. No one there is going to know Italian anyways.
And most of the people in the audience didn't know English either. So
that is also unfortunately true. So it makes sense that he was singing famous songs.
He was singing well-known songs.
Well-known songs.
I mean, that's what's made him so good over the years. He's not only sung Italian arias and done the whole opera thing, but he's also done sort of some of the pop stuff where he's been able to sing duets and also solos, which have been sort of broadened his audience. So I would have happily have gone and seen him for free. What a great opportunity. But I simply, and a lot of my friends, couldn't find any information. It was a debacle.
Andrea's biggest fan. Unfortunate events. All right, my last comment for today is from Iskandar Taib, who says, to be honest, when I saw Jay on Ask the People show for the first time, I didn't recognize him at all. I was wondering who was that guy. It turned out to be Jay wearing glasses and a mask. Someone made the comment that it was better to wear glasses than to end up interviewing a street light pole. That helps. And that made me wonder, if it was that bad, how could he tell Natty apart from Tim in the studio, since he never wears glasses in the studio? Is kind of type, how to tell Natty apart from Tim is not as difficult as you might think it might be, but...
Really?
But I have a problem with...
There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I have a problem with distance, and you know what the right word for it is. Blurry, like things are blurry for me in far distance. So if
myopia.
Myopia. So if you're sitting this close to me, I have no trouble. Yes, and most of the times the reason I can't wear my glasses is because then you can see the reflection of the lights on my glasses, and it just looks weird because my eyes are then glowing through my glasses. So I have to take them out. I have to sacrifice for the team, for the company, for the viewers.
Just go and get your eyes lasered.
All right. And
number 2 went and got their eyes lasered a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
4 weeks ago. Fantastic result.
Très bien. Très bien. All right. That's it. That's all the comments we have for today. We hope you enjoyed today's show. Please leave some comments down below and we will read them for the next Thaiger Bites next Friday.
And we'll be here again next week. And so will Boyd the Bear.
That's right.
From BYD Lofts.
Boyd Lofty. That's his name, Boyd Lofty.
We're going to try on Monday and be outside in the courtyard here at BYD Lofts.
Yeah.
Chasen, just a heads up, we're going to be out in the courtyard. Well, he's excited about that.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you for joining the show, Tim.
Thank you.
And thank you to the viewers for sticking it out so far. We hope you enjoyed it. Please click the like button. Please share if you liked it. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, Robert.
Oh, bye, Antony.